Listen to me.
Please.
Prostitute and actress meant the same thing in 1865. If you were called an actress, that meant you were a prostitute. See, it's the evolution of the.
Yeah.
Look at Young Miami. Look at that girl.
Yeah,
Diddy brought me to my womanhood. Diddy, and I just said, baby, you need to work this out. I don't think you'll ever hear about a woman saying that she was assaulted. His thing was turning straight men gay. That was his thing. Where's Hype? What's his last film project?
Belly? I don't know.
Yeah, DMX was a star in that.
Facts. Facts. Jab, my question to you is, and again, we're just talking the psychology of a man.
What if the entertainment industry is nothing but a cover for a worldwide sex ring?
Because we was talking about this the other day, and I asked you, what is the music industry? I said, what is the birthplace of it? And you told me how it started with the Italians and the Jews.
And the Jews, yeah.
Can you just get, for people who don't know, like, because
I've
always thought Black people started music, just me.
Well, the thing is we did. We were the culture. The Jews and the Italians monetized it and started setting prices. That's why Clarence Avant was so important to the Black community in entertainment. Because he was the go-between for the talent to the powers that be. He understood what their objective was, and he knew what his people needed, and he created that balance, which is why Clive Davis hated him so much.
Remember when Diddy was all about the Benjamins and Bad Boy Records for real? That man built an empire from the ground up, from producer to rapper to mogul. Diddy crafted this image of the ultimate hustler. He was the king of hip-hop, always dripping in diamonds and designer threads, rolling with the hottest celebs. You couldn't turn on MTV without seeing his face or hearing one of his tracks. But that carefully built image just came crashing down like a house of cards. This viral video hit the internet like a bomb, and it's showing a whole different side of Diddy. We're talking about footage that's got him looking real cozy with a trans woman. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's a far cry from the persona he's been pushing all these years. The video's got everyone talking, and for good reason. It's not just a quick clip. We're talking intimate moments, private conversations, the whole nine. People are zooming in, analyzing every second, trying to figure out what's really going on. Is this a one-time thing? Has Diddy been living a double life? The streets want answers, and they want them now. This revelation's got fans shook. Everything they thought they knew about Diddy is being called into question. The man who was always surrounded by beautiful women and who dated some of the hottest stars in the game? Was it all just for show? It's making people look back at his whole career with new eyes, wondering what else might have been carefully constructed.
See, people don't want to. Did y'all see when they interviewed Dapper Dan about Diddy?
I haven't seen that one. Please.
They ran into Dapper Dan in Harlem, and they asked him what he thought about what was going on with Diddy and if he knew Diddy. And I love Dapper Dan for this. He said, I grew up with his parents. I knew his parents. He said, and what's going on with him has been going on long before him. Now, his father was a government snitch and a bad actor in the criminal world altogether. The woman that they're saying is his mother was a prostitute and a whore. But there's whispers in the streets of Harlem that Diddy's mother isn't alive, not his biological mother, that woman is his aunt.
Whoa.
There are
Wait a
whispers.
minute. Wait a minute.
There are whispers. Diddy's story is so convoluted, but nobody really likes talking about who he was before he became Puffy. Nobody, like, I would love if I could be granted an interview with him. To interview Diddy now in his most raw state about his life up until the age of 15 only.
Gee.
We got to learn how to stop making Diddies. What made him him? Now, his pedigree, he comes from rat background. His father was a rat, snitch. Not revered. He turned on Frank Lucas, who was the king of Harlem. And yet, Diddy was able to, siphon off enough of that juice, just enough to get people, but he needed Gene.
Yeah.
Think about this. Gene was more of a father figure to Diddy than he was a bodyguard. And Gene was more than a bodyguard. He was an investigator. So when they went separate ways, clearly he couldn't hold up the act anymore. And that's why I said, when me and Gene sat right here, imagine how much more damage would have been done so much sooner if Gene wasn't there. Diddy was worried about what Gene thought about him.
Yeah.
He didn't have a father figure. And all the other guys around him, that's why I think they're all, from Pete Rock to all of them, are so shocked and surprised.
And you're surprised? You know this ain't gonna be good for business. Diddy's got his hands in everything. Music, fashion, vodka, you name it. Now, all those fancy brands and big money deals are probably sweating, wondering if they want to keep Diddy as the face of their products. This scandal could cost him millions, maybe even billions. So, what's the real tea about this viral video? Well, it's showing us that even the biggest stars can't control their image forever. In this age of smartphones and social media, the truth always finds a way out. Diddy might have been living his life one way in private, while selling us a whole different story. Now the world's seeing behind the curtain, and it's clear that the man ain't exactly who we thought he was. But this ain't the first time Diddy's been in hot water. The man's got a history of scandals and controversies that would make your head spin, from club shootings to assault charges. Diddy's always found a way to bounce back, but this time, this might be the one that finally takes him down for good. Now, you won't believe how fast this Diddy video spread across the internet. It was like wildfire in a dry forest. 1 minute, nobody had seen it, and the next, boom, it was everywhere. The tea is someone first dropped it on Twitter, and within hours it had more views than a Beyoncé music video. The social media frenzy was something else. People were sharing, retweeting, and reposting like their lives depended on it. And don't even get me started on the memes. They were coming out faster than Rihanna's Fenty drops. Everyone and their mama had an opinion, and they weren't shy about sharing it. This whole mess shows just how crazy celebrity life is in the digital age. 1 minute you're on top of the world, and the next you're trending for all the wrong reasons. It's like walking a tightrope with no net, and Diddy just took a big old tumble. Social media's got celebs shook, and for good reason. It's exposing all their secrets faster than you can say scandal. Remember when stars could control their image? Those days are gone, like last year's fashion. Now anyone with a phone can spill the tea, and honey, it spreads fast.
And Puff inmate number is 0666. Why is 0666 coming over on 0607? Why is Puff stuff coming over on his card? Hold up. Did he just say, take that, take that? Do I hear, bad boy, come out and play? They know his voice. And now for him to be giving people instructions to do things, like I say, he got to be one of the smartest dumb MS we know. So if they got him on there telling people to get in touch with people or tell people to stop, because evidently you got to realize this. We may not be doing this pretty soon. We may not be even talking about Puff. None of these YouTubers. Because of what? They trying to get a gag order on social media. They trying to get a gag order on social media. That nobody should be discussing these cases or his case or anything about him. And that's crazy. I know the judge is not trying to stop people's freedom of speech, their constitutional right. How dare his lawyers with that bull crap? They're trying to get a gag order on social media. Anyone speaking on him. That's why, did you hear about that they had private investigators going to content creators, a few content creators, and asked them, were you paid to talk about Diddy? Are you paid to talk about, or did somebody give you money to do any kind of content regarding his cases or whatever like that? They got people that they hired to go out there and then told them that if you stop, we'll pay you. Mighty, they might, they might be coming to the Art of Dialogue, Mighty. They might be coming to y'all, man. You gonna take that hush money, huh?
I'm good, man. But I am hearing that Diddy in good spirits.
Wow. I didn't hear none of that, man. All I know is that, the guards are being closely monitored. Because it was said that he was on a cell phone. And I don't think you could have a cell phone in the Brooklyn House of Detention, the Brooklyn or the Manhattan House of Detention. I don't think you could have a cell phone. And I heard that he had a cell phone. He made some calls to some people. So they're going to watch the guards closely, because if you remember with the Epstein case, and check this out, those two guards that were supposed to be brought up on charges because they falsified records, you ain't heard nothing else about them. They retired in Florida with their feet kicked up, probably with millions of dollars. You ain't heard nothing else about those cases, bro. See, I believe if he gets out and enough people feel like him being a danger, because what happens is right now, the federal government is playing a game with him. They playing a game with him because they want him probably to be a witness or to turn over some evidence on some other people that they would like to have behind bars too. And you got to realize this. For him to do that, and if he does that, his life is more in danger outside of jail than it is in. Because they can't do the same Epstein move again. They can't do the same Epstein. My friend told me that they put up so many cameras after that Epstein stuff, they can't do that move again. Whether allegedly he did it to himself or somebody else did it to him, we don't know. Whether he's on a private island or he's in the grave, do we really know? The whole thing about it is that he may be safer in jail if people are making his beds and he telling people to smile. He may be safer in jail than he is out.
Got to wonder what this means for other celebs. They're probably checking their closets for skeletons right about now, because if it can happen to Diddy, it can happen to anyone. The streets are saying this might change the game for good. No more hiding behind PR teams and carefully crafted statements. This scandal is doing more than just exposing Diddy. It's showing us all how fake some of these celebs really are. People are starting to question everything. Who's really living their truth and who's just putting on a show? And let me tell you, this ain't going away anytime soon. Diddy's reputation's taking hits like a punching bag. People who used to look up to him are now side-eyeing everything he does. It's like the emperor's new clothes, and somebody just yelled that he's naked. But the streets are saying there's more to this story. This video might just be the tip of the iceberg. People are digging, asking questions, and you know what they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. Right now, it's looking like Diddy's whole empire might just go up in flames.
Because he was not this in front of them. He still cared about what they thought about him, you see? But you get more money and you get more drug. This is a drug addict. He was arrested with his special little Tusi on him. And he knew he was coming. Why would you have that on you, G? What you was gonna bump into the last, you know what I mean?
Yeah, to the last
bump,
hurrah.
Bump.
To the last hurrah. Hold on, wait, Jack. Gene on this couch has said that, that he used to chase Diddy, Puffy up the streets. Don't you feel like that in itself would psychologically make a man become a monster? I used to get bullied and picked on.
Not really.
Now I got the money to...
I hear what you're saying, but even still, bullying is one thing. This nigga is sick.
I don't know.
We're just talking about
I don't know what that is.
Assault. Somebody was just telling a story the other day. Said they went to a Diddy party and they ended up getting drugged, and when they woke up, they seen him. He was going in on somebody else, and they was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" He was like, "This was you last night."
Yeah, that happened. Yeah.
Who's?
So, yeah, let me ask you a question. This is just for
You just running around drugging people, socking them in the jaw and popping them in their ass. Like, what is going on?
Damn, combo breaker. Jet, let me ask you the mentality, and I just want your psychology behind it. When we talked last time on the virtual, you mentioned who's on tapes and who got tapes out.
Yeah.
The purpose of having a recorded freak off.
Yeah.
What does that do for the male? What does that do for the female? Like, some females are cool with it. What is the thought behind that as far as let's record this session and either rewatch, keep it for sale? Is it evidence? Is it just like, what is the mentality behind having
if you can
the
own
visual
someone's
memory of it?
sexuality, their vulnerability, if you can own that, you have the ability to control and manipulate that person. See, guys start off by saying, "Ooh, you sexy, man. I don't want to watch porn. I just want to watch us." See, that's the line.
That's the line.
Wouldn't you rather me be watching us than watching a bunch of other? See, the finesse, that fluff. You so sexy. Do you really want me watching anybody else but you? I could look at you all day. Vanity. See? Make her feel special. Make her feel like she's the only, the object. Meanwhile, this nigga is sitting here thinking, so her daddy works at Sony and I need such and such as contract ended.
Does it also work this way for men?
Absolutely. And it's worse for the men. Women are used to being the victims of sexual, not men. No man walks in thinking that another man is looking at him like a lollipop. Not a straight man. You are only hip to the shit that you hip to. You know what I mean? Which is why you hear so many people say they went to Diddy parties and they felt like something was off and decided to leave, or they got invited to another room and they decided to go because they felt like it wasn't right, or whatever the case may be. These is literally walking in there not thinking. Seriously, like, but the thing is, they were still willing to take the chance to go because everybody's been hearing these whispers. Where is Tyson Beckford right now? And why is nobody talking about how after his stint at Russell Simmons and Diddy parties in the Hamptons, he went into pure drug addiction and now it's just disappeared. He's not acting. What is Tyson Beckford doing? He was one of the biggest figures in the modeling world. Matter of fact, we see a lot of supermodels that keep coming and going and coming and going. And there's just a few that stay. But of the women, Naomi Campbell is something special for a dinosaur.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how she managed to get